Hi, good afternoon, guys. Okay, I'm going to get started with this afternoon's math lesson. So today we are doing unique lesson 19C, multiplication story problems. So I'm going to go ahead and do those with you now. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to count objects and multiply numbers. Okay, so we are going to use repeated addition, or we also call these arrays, where we put equal numbers of objects into a certain number of groups, and then we count the objects all together. Okay, so let's read the first story problem first.
Raj is putting pens onto desks at the news station. There are 3 desks. He puts 5 pens onto each desk. How many pens are there altogether?
Okay, so what are we going to be counting today? We're going to be counting pens, okay, like this. Okay, so Raj is putting pens onto desks at the news station, and there's 3 desks, and he puts 5 pens on each desk. Okay.
The squares represent the desks. The X's represent the number of pens.
Okay, so first we have to find out how many desks do we have. Let's count the squares. Those are our desks. We have 1, 2, 3.
Number of desks, 3. 3 times number of pens on each desk.
Okay, that's how many pens we're going to be putting on each desk. And these are our pens. Remember, the X's are our pens. So how many pens are we going to be putting?
5.
5. So let's put 5 pens onto the first desk. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 pens on this desk. Okay, so how much are we going to put on the next desk? The same amount, right? So 5. And I'm going to arrange them the same way so we can tell that we have the same number on each desk. Okay, so 1, 2, 2 on the top, 3, 1 in the middle, and 2 on the bottom. 4, 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on the last desk, we have how many pens? We have 5 more pens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And on your paper, you can use your pen or pencil to do those X's, to draw the X's, and then we will count them. So our math problem is
3 times 5 equals number of pens altogether.
Number of pens altogether. And these, all of these X's are our pens, our number of pens we have. So we're going to count them all. So we're going to count the ones on the first desk, and then we're going to continue counting until we have all the pens counted. Are you ready? Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We have 15. So I'm going to write that or type it. 1, 5. 15 pens, okay? So also another way you can do it, if you know how to skip count by 5 or count by 5s, we can just count 5, 10, 15. Skip counting is a little harder. It's instead of counting every single one, you count by 5. You can also count by 2s, 3s, however. But so we have 15 pens altogether. So that is our first problem, okay? And we have a problem to do, another page, okay? So 1 moment, please. Okay, so let's go to our next problem. So we did very good on that one, so 15. Okay, our next problem. This is our problem. We're going to do our picture so we can count the objects. Okay, so let's read that problem.
Keisha is putting cable cords into boxes at the news station. There are 7 boxes. She puts 2 cable cords into each box. How many cable cords are there altogether?
Okay, so we're missing the pictures, but so I don't know if you can see my paper here. I'm sorry, but the boxes, she's putting cable cords into boxes. So here are the boxes and here are the cable cords. That's funny that the pictures are just red squares. Okay, so first we need to know.
The squares represent the boxes. The X's represent the cable cords.
Okay, so first we find out how many boxes do we have. Let's count the boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7. Number of boxes.
So there are 7 boxes. And how many cords are we putting?
Number of cable cords in each box. 2.
Okay, that's how many cords, which are our X's, remember? That's how many cords we're putting into each box. So let's start doing that now. So I'm going to move my X's, but if you want to do this on your own, you can write it also. You can write it on your paper. You get your pencil and you write X. Let me write it on mine. Just like that, okay? You write 2 X's on your box, okay? And then you do that for every one. So there's 1, 2, 2 and 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, we have 3 more boxes to put the cable cords into. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. Okay, so now we have our boxes and 2 cable cords in each box, right? 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. So
7 times 2 equals number of cable cords altogether.
and that's where we count all of the X's in our boxes together. Okay, so we're going to count them. Your paper should look something like this. You draw an X into each box and then you count them all. So count with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay? Or like I said, if you know how to skip count, that's counting by 2s this time. You can skip count by 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. You get the same number, but you just skip some of the numbers. Okay. We'll learn a little bit more about skip counting later, but I will write. Oh, now I can put the numbers in. So here's 14.
14.
Okay, so
7 times 2 equal 14.
okay, 7 times 2 equals 14. Okay, and I think we have time for one more problem. If you have your packet at home, it should look like this. Now we have circles. Okay. And there's piles. We have piles and reports. Okay, so let me find that problem. Yeah, the pictures are missing on this one too. That's funny. Okay. Make this a little bigger and move it over. So sorry, I don't know why the pictures are not showing up, but this is what, you could see my paper, this is what the picture should look like. we have piles, which is this red one, and we have reports or weather reports, okay?
Randy is putting reports into piles at the news station. There are 4 piles. He puts 3 reports into each pile. How many reports are there altogether?
Okay, so how many reports are there altogether?
The circles represent the piles. The X's represent the reports.
Okay, so the circles, these are the circles, are the piles, and the X's are the reports. So how many piles do we have? Let's count the circles. We have 1, 2, 3, 4.
4
4
times
times,
number of reports in each pile.
that's how many X's we're going to be putting in each circle. And that's how many?
3.
Okay, that's how many we're going to put in each circle. 3 X's or reports. So we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then the last one, the same. 1, 2, 3. So you want to make sure that each circle or square has the same amount in each one, or this isn't going to work right. Okay, so our problem is 4 times 3. So let's count all the X's together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 12. We have 12 reports altogether. And I didn't get the numbers to come up this time, so I'll have to type it in. 1, 2, 3. Or remember, like I said, you can skip count. So if you know how to skip count by 3, 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay. So we have 12 reports. 4 times 3 equals 12. And I am going to let you go now because I do have one more lesson to record, and then I have another live lesson. So we do have one more week of lessons to do. So I think next week we might look at division. We haven't talked about division yet this year, but I think we might look at it a little bit. So let me see. I'll just show you what we might be working on next week. Okay, so that's what a division problem looks like. Oops. Okay, so it looks like multiplication, but it's a little different. Okay, it's going to be the opposite of a multiplication. So we'll look at that next week. It's going to be a little bit new to you, but we'll start since we're in the second half of our year, our school year, getting close to the end of our school year. Okay, so I will let you go now. I will see you at 2 o'clock for the afternoon meeting.